Good morning. Welcome to AVNewsCast.com.
Oh, it's time to go.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Sorry.
That's pretty amazing, right?
Sorry.
What's
That's pretty amazing. Oh, she's playing with the Kim Kardashian app she's got.
It's not the Kim Kardashian app.
It's all purple and stuff. Huh. Okay, a couple of things. What? That's beautiful.
It's purple.
Yeah.
That's
Kim's
good.
color.
How do you do the show with no headphones?
I don't need to hear myself in stereo.
Okay, I gotta wear headphones.
I know. It's okay.
You know,
It's okay.
I gotta be in full makeup. So yesterday, L.A. County Superior Judge, probate judge, Judge Michael Levanis, ruled yesterday that Shelley Sterling can go forward with the sale of the Clippers.
You know, she danced in the gym. Woo!
Oh.
In his ruling,
Sound like.
okay, and only a probate judge can do this, because the law is only applicable to probate issues. But in his ruling, he basically said this ruling is not appealable.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
What?
You can
Sell
appeal
it, Shelley.
You can file an appeal, which Donald Sterling's attorneys are doing immediately, okay, in state
But
court.
it's not appealable.
But that will be a separate issue and will not overturn my case.
Well, what?
Okay? So basically it's kind of like this, okay? The train's left the station. You can go in state court and file all the stuff you want to. But you can't back the train up. So if in your filing in Superior Court for whatever you want to file, if it's found that somehow you got screwed, okay, the state court can't unscrew you.
Oh.
All they can do is award you some damages.
Okay.
I see.
Okay? But now here's where it gets kind of cool, because
It's like a game.
there's a pool of money that they have, okay? Donald and Shelley, they're very wealthy, so they have a pool of money, right?
Yeah, and that's what her hair looks like.
And then, and then the trust, of course, has money.
Right.
And now the trust is going to have $2 billion,
money.
okay? So, and he goes to
And
state
she's
court.
clearly going to outlive him.
Yeah, so listen, so he goes to state court.
Especially if he tries to go to a Clippers game.
Yeah, but he goes to state court, and the judge in state court for whatever says, okay, maybe Shelley Sterling maybe shouldn't have been able to do this, so I'm going to award you $500 million in damages.
Either
The
way,
$500 million is going to come from the same account he's already got. He's going to be paying himself.
Yeah.
He's going to pay himself.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Right, but the judge basically said, you're
playing
this
with
is
the
going
same
forward.
pot of money.
Take it from the left pocket and put it in the right pocket.
Yes.
Only in probate court
Yeah.
can a judge make
That's
that
awesome.
ruling.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
His mistake was going to those two doctors.
Oh, it was.
That's what got him. That's what killed him.
Yeah.
He went to those two doctors.
Shooting his mouth off with Vestiviano is what killed him.
Right. Well, yeah, but they
Well, his arrogance killed him.
Oh,
he
yeah,
really,
yeah,
he
that's
just
what it all
thinks he's
boils
down to.
larger
In that
than,
case.
yeah, he's larger than life.
Okay.
I have to share something. An author that is going to possibly be my new favorite author.
Ooh.
I haven't read him yet, but I had dinner with some friends from New York. Lunch with some friends from New York yesterday, and we were just talking about all kinds of random things. And there's this man. His name is Malcolm Gladwell, and he writes all sorts of
I'm
things.
familiar with that name.
Oh, are you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, cool. So, did you read Blink?
No.
Okay.
All I can read are like text stuff. I wish I could have the luxury of a novel.
No, it is kind of techie though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the things that he says that we should do as a nation is when people are put on trial, the jury shouldn't see the person that's on trial.
The jury should not.
You shouldn't see anyone.
That justice statue does have a blindfold on, right?
Yeah. And just think about how things might be a little different if you don't see who the potential, convict is or the accused is. You don't see the accused. You just hear the testimony of the victims. I think it's a game changer.
You know,
don't say the name either.
Yeah.
Don't say his name is Taekwon. I mean, my kids are never gonna be called no damn Taekwon. But yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, that could really be a game changer.
Because people may have preconceived decisions.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Just based on...
And not based on prejudices, not based on anything, just based on what society has put in us and what we think things are looking like. Don't you think that would be
I don't hate that idea.
That's a great way to go, I think.
It is interesting. Mm-hmm. It would be difficult because stuff is already in so much media that people have already seen it before they get put on a jury.
But it would just be awesome if the accused is in the back room and he can see, but they can't see him.
It is an interesting concept. It is, really.
I think it would really turn some pages.
It's interesting. It is.
I'm going to read the book and get his whole thought plan out. But I'm like, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how we can fix the problem in California with the prison system and the makeup of people in prison.
Yeah.
Maybe when somebody goes to trial, barring what you just said, maybe once they're found guilty, just the paperwork then goes to a separate judge. He has no idea of the people's names. Mm-hmm. He just goes through the evidence
and based on the crime,
and he just makes up a sentence.
There you go.
Doesn't know the parties involved.
Yeah, because the guy who's got murder on his neck, he's not doing well. You know, I forgot. Was it murder on his neck or his forehead?
Yeah, it was murder across his neck, and it was upside down.
So you could read it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he wanted the state to pay to get the tattoo removed.
Yeah, you're the idiot.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's many out there.
Yeah, but I just think that it would really be...
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's worth a try, really.
Absolutely.
Because at least people would not be able to say, oh, well, they're just going to jail because he is whatever. You won't be able to say that anymore. Because you won't know what he is.
Right. Unless there's a name that maybe...
Well, don't say his name.
Yeah, don't say the name.
Just say the accused.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to start naming their kids Johnny and Billy and then we'd be better off.
Or everybody needs to name him Taekwon.
Yeah.
Or Shaniqua.
All of them.
Aquanetta.
Aquanetta.
Yeah. I knew an Aquanetta. And I was like, really? Your mother named you Aquanetta?
That's my favorite ever.
I'm thinking of baby names with Jasmine right now. And I like the name Savvy for a girl.
Savvy. Mm-hmm. Savvy's okay.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's not bad.
She doesn't like it.
Savvy's okay. Yeah, people come up with weird names.
Sounds like she has ointment all over.
It's short for Savannah.
A guy by the name of Norman Lear, thinking of funny names. Very, very powerful guy in the film and television industry.
Yeah.
He had
Good
a daughter.
times.
He had a daughter, and he named her Shanda.
Oh, that's nice.
Chandelier.
Oh, my God.
That's nice. Well, you know what I wanted? I got taken... My baby naming rights were taken away from me. I wanted to name, if we had a boy and a girl, Kate and Nate. That's not so bad, is it?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to use... I wanted to have a K and the number 8. Because it doesn't say that you have to use letters in a child's name.
My oldest boy was named... Remember the TV show, Please Don't Eat the Daisies?
Yeah, I remember that.
Mercy.
That's where Trevor came from. Okay, we're moving on.
Kate and Nate.
Trevor was a character or the dog?
Yeah.
Character. Do you remember that show, Ange?
No, that's what I was
How'd
asking.
you know it was a
Please
dog?
Don't Eat the Daisies.
Because Trevor sounds like an old dog name.
What?
They didn't call
don't say
dogs
stuff about
Trevors back then? Back in the way back? They
A
called
dog
dogs
come here,
Trevor. Yes.
Yeah. I've heard
Thank
that.
you, yeah.
Rover.
Trevor,
Rover.
too. Right? Jeff,
I've
haven't
heard
you
it.
heard that?
I've heard it.
Back in the day?
But I have a dog named Jeffrey, so, you know.
I never did. Okay. All right, moving on. Very interesting story, okay? Yesterday morning, while we're doing the show,
Oh.
all right, 2 guys break into a house in Rossmore. In the house, home alone, is a 14-year-old girl,
Oh.
okay? She hears something going on.
Lord, don't say.
Now, they had originally gone to the front door, okay? And they were knocking and pounding on the front door.
Because that's what they do.
And she sent her dad a text. And she said, Dad, somebody's at the front door. Okay? In this gated community where they live, that's kind of odd, okay?
Yeah.
So Dad said, okay?
Go get the gun, baby.
Dad said, call 911.
Okay.
Okay? So she calls 911. And she takes refuge in a closet.
Okay. And the closet had a gun in it?
No, it didn't have a gun in it. Okay?
Come on.
She's hiding in the closet as these guys are ransacking the house.
Okay.
Okay?
And she hangs up the phone and the phone rings?
And she's going through with the dispatcher what's going on.
They're doing this.
Okay?
Well, we hear it.
It's very, very cool. Can we play some audio?
We sure
You're
can.
kidding.
This is very cool. Okay? Very cool.
No, I think someone's in.
Okay, did you hear the front door?
I'm hearing noise from like the doors and the windows.
Front door locked?
Yes.
Okay, where are you right now?
In a closet.
4 deputies and a canine on the way to you, okay?
They are there, okay, but they're out front,
All right? They're looking around your house trying to find somebody, okay?
Come in.
So we don't want you going out.
The police are outside?
They're checking, okay?
No. If you go down the hall, I'm the second door to the left. I'm just kind of scared, to be honest.
and one of the deputies is walking around your house trying to find a way to get in so that he can get you out.
They're inside. Should I go out?
Hold on just a second, okay? Just stay right there. I let them know what bedroom you're in, okay?
Okay. They just said wait right there.
If they didn't tell you to come out, don't come out.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, they're taking me outside.
Okay.
Should I hang up or? Okay.
No, just take her with
Okay,
you.
thank you.
That
Hi,
was awesome.
I'd like to just report an incident. I'm in Rossmore. I'm cleaning my swimming pool, and two African-American guys come jumping over the wall.
Hold on 1 second. So the first
Guy's
day,
got a
he's
what?
a male black, about how old?
Hey, listen.
They look like they're early 20s.
Units that were in the area anyways, because someone called. So this
Okay.
is kind of like a secondary part of this. So we're just trying to locate them. We have a helicopter coming trying to find them right now.
That's it.
Very cool. Okay. The police got the guys.
Good.
Okay? They got
Good.
them down the street.
Good.
This was, I asked my son last night, you know,
What
could
would
you
you
do
do?
this? Can you, he said, Dad, I don't know. I mean, that's tough. She's in a closet, okay?
I think your son would do that. What would be the alternative?
I don't know, because you would freak.
I
Okay?
think that we need to retrain our kids though.
I agree.
Because we train our kids don't answer the door, and it's that whole knock knock knock. If nobody's home, I'm going to go in thing. You need to say, hey, what you want, so they can go to the next house. Because they really don't want a confrontation.
Right.
You need to say, Dad, someone's at the door.
Yeah, I agree. And based on this right here,
Yeah.
you need to have yesterday, out in front of my house, two guys were sitting in front of the house, okay? And I got a text from Lauren. There's two guys parked in front of our house. They've been there for an hour. Okay? Now me, like a nut, I would have opened the front door and said, hey, you guys lost? What's the problem? I told her, open the front door, and she's like, are you kidding me? What if there's a guy hiding there? You idiot.
Well,
Which
I mean,
is true.
I sit in front of houses when
For an hour?
I mean, sometimes if I want to go, yeah, I've done it before plenty of times. I'm not trying to sit in front of your house. I'm just, sometimes I'm going to be somewhere too early. I don't want to be in front because it's hot. There's no shade. So I'll go on a street and I'll just sit there with my air conditioner on.
Yeah, I arrived at customers' houses routinely.
Their windows was down.
Please don't kill us.
Their windows were down.
Yeah.
It was 100 degrees, and they're sitting in front of the house. It's
Okay.
kind of odd.
But it's not.
Okay. I would have just yelled out, hey, you guys lost? You need some help?
No.
Nothing.
I almost said it. I'd have been like, no, I'm good. Do you? Need some help?
Oh, if you came at me that way, I'd say, what are you doing in front of my house?
I mean, but this ground, okay. this street is not yours.
You know what?
Your house is yours.
Sorry, I'm protecting the neighborhood. If you got no business here, get away.
What business do you need to have to go down a block?
Then don't
go
somewhere else.
It's people like you. What business do you need to have to go down a block?
You know, it's very, very common, okay? People sit in front of your house, and while they're doing that, some guy's going through your back door.
Okay, and it's very, very common that people sit in front of your house because they got too much time to kill.
For now? Okay.
I.e., me and Jeff.
Then just say to me, no, we're just hanging out.
Just leave people alone until you see something wrong.
No, that's the problem.
Don't make assumptions. That's the problem.
No, I'm nominating myself neighborhood watch captain.
Don't make assumptions. Don't carry no gun.
I'm telling you.
Right. Lord have mercy. No, but I really think that we need to start training our kids to deal with knock-knocks a little differently. I remember one time I was in my mid-20s, and I had a condo in Van Nuys, and my next-door neighbor, now I didn't know that they were meth heads, but
all the crank sores and missing teeth weren't clues?
I didn't know. Maybe it wasn't meth, because it was in the 80s, so maybe they were crackheads.
Coke.
I don't know.
Coke.
Yeah, I did marijuana in high school, and that was it. So, and I didn't know about any other drug. So anyway, I guess the police were at their door, and I couldn't hear it. These were really well-made condos. And I was in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I saw this idiot cross over my balcony. So, you know me in the frying pan. I happen to be in the kitchen. I started wailing. You gonna get out of... I don't care who's after you. You're not coming this way.
You El Kabonged him?
Yeah, I beat his behind right back where he came from.
In one of my first apartments I had, and I was about 17, I had a guy come over the balcony.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And come into my house.
What?
Come into my house, and I'm sitting right there in the living room when he comes in.
I bet you wish you had a fire.
And my apartment was 2 blocks away from the West LA Police Department, okay? I grabbed the closest thing I had.
Frying pan?
No, it was an aluminum tennis racket.
Oh, okay. That'd do it, Steve.
And they had just come out there. Yeah, I bent the whole thing over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't knock him out, but I
that part, I'm with Jeff. You know, like, take him out. If you invade my space, you can sit in front of my house. You can sit there all day. If you come into my space, all bets are off, and everything that I've ever fantasized to do to a person is being done to you right now.
Oh, you sound just like me.
So either you better run real well, or it's on, because that dude took a beating with that frying pan.
Well, good for you. You fantasize about doing some of these things?
Yes.
No, I mean, I just.
Jeff says yes.
It's not that I fantasize it. It's just that as a woman, I always think men think just because I am a woman, they could do so much more to me. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't pick a fight with you.
So I just always was like, you know what? Better not give me that opportunity. Even though now my back go out, I don't know. I'll just be on the floor saying, if I was 20! It's a different day. Jasmine, get him!
Moving on.
Yes.
We talked last week about the Compton school board member. Name is Sky Fisher.
Wait! I'm so sorry. But I really meant to print this story out. And I hope you heard of it. Did you hear about the judge? The judge.
What judge?
The family court judge, that he was negotiating child support between 2 people, and the woman he was having an affair with.
Oh.
And he would call the court in recess, call her in the back, do her in the chambers, sent pictures
under the rope.
She said they did it in his chair, on his couch, across the desk, wherever you might want. I mean, he sent her selfies of himself with, like, the wiener dude. He did that kind of thing. And he is the most arrogant piece of...
fecal bacteria all over
my
the
God.
place.
The guy that was interviewing him, he's lost his position. He's not a judge anymore. They showed him a picture of himself, from the waist up, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's a handsome. Yep, that's me." And he goes, and he was like, "Are you ashamed that many people see it?" And he goes, "Why would I be ashamed of people seeing this?" Just arrogant.
When did this? What state did this happen in?
I said I meant to print it out.
Oh, okay.
It was CNN. It was on CNN.
Really? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't hear about that.
Can you imagine? He doesn't go to jail because the father tried to sue him, and there's some kind of protection for judges that you can't sue a judge. So he was not able to sue him for what he inflicted on him as the father.
Interesting. Obviously,
craziness.
Obviously, somebody went back and re-looked at his whole divorce child support thing.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't want to be with her, you know, just crazy.
Man. How did this whole thing blow up?
I don't know.
You didn't pay her to shut up?
Obviously, she was only dating the judge for one reason.
Yeah, because she had no problem. I did it here, there, upside down, chandelier.
Fecal bacteria all over the court.
Yeah, I love a good woman with no self-respect.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And a good man. Don't forget the good man.
He's just a POS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let me move on.
I'm sorry. I just
talking about POS. Let me move on. Last week.
Google that one, John.
Okay.
Last week we talked about a Compton school board member. His name is Sky Fisher, who was arrested. Okay. He was arrested. Oh, this is, by the way, if you've never seen one, this is a declaration in support of his arrest warrant. Basically, he was arrested for committing a sexual act on another man while the man was asleep.
No.
Okay?
Oh.
All right. Now,
well, I find that hard.
People...
That's what it is.
Oh. Wow.
I didn't even try for that one. That one just was so organic. But I meant hard to believe. Because
I was trying to find ways
Look
to
at
talk
the bottom
about...
of the microphones. Check the Check the bottom of the mic.
I was trying to find ways to
How about yours, eh?
to talk about this story without getting too graphic. Okay.
Yeah.
To us?
Just because
all right, let's try. Okay.
Take two.
People have called for his resignation while this is going on. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, the guy had to be playing sleep. He must not have, just had a hard time with it because I don't see you just acting sleep when someone's knocking. You just gonna act sleep?
Okay. Off the air, we'll go about.
What I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying is I don't really believe it.
The guy woke up.
Okay.
While this was happening. Okay.
We're going to need a commercial break because I'm going to need to know at what point.
It's right there.
Oh,
but just don't say it into the microphone.
Yeah, leave that behind.
Okay? Well, this is legal paperwork. We should be able to talk about it.
Okay, I know, but I don't want to take the show into an X rating.
Okay.
Okay? Because this is kind of interesting because basically what happened was the two guys had been out. They had been friends for a while. They had been out. They were sharing a hotel room.
Oh.
All right? They had a lot to drink the night before, and one guy, his name is Sky Fisher, member of the Compton School Board, okay, did something to the other guy, and he was arrested, okay, for oral copulation.
Oh.
The guy woke up during the act, okay, was not happy at all, okay.
Yeah, I'd be a little less.
And the other guy
they had
fell out of bed and act like he was asleep.
Yeah, they had an altercation outside. A lot of people heard it.
I've been taking Ambien, I hit the refrigerator, I go around and do that.
Did I do that again? Dang. It's the medication.
Yeah.
So he called the police.
Yeah.
All right?
Mm-hmm. But you call the police on that?
I would. No way some guys come
the guy
in doing that to me. Yeah.
Okay.
We need a commercial break.
Okay, so let me finish. All right?
Okay, go.
Police come over. They actually took him and they performed a DNA test on him.
On his leg.
On whatever, okay? Mm-hmm. And then they got a hold of Sky Fisher and performed a DNA test on him, too, because Sky Fisher was denying the whole thing.
Here we go.
The DNA was a perfect match.
For the guy who made the allegation. No, I'm just kidding.
it was a perfect match.
Right.
Okay, and Sky Fisher was arrested. He issued a statement yesterday saying that there's a lot of inaccurate information here.
Either it was you or it wasn't you, babe.
His attorney says he's absolutely not guilty.
How
many people were in the room?
Right.
He's going to say that the other guy was putting on his underwear and something fell on his leg or something.
After all of this, you know what? I think the guy should step down.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sorry. I do. I think he should step down.
Mm-hmm.
That's an utter violation.
Yeah.
It was on his leg.
What?
He wasn't trying to...
Okay. Off the... You know what? You've got the complaint in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Crying out loud.
He wasn't trying to penetrate. He was just enjoying the view and taking advantage of the scenery while he did his business.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. You read the whole thing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Now I gotta read this thing.
All right.
Read behind.
I think the guy should step down. All right? I think there's no question about it that he should step down. Okay? That's like...
I mean, I get if he was raped or an attempted rape. I get that.
Boy, that's a really liberal view.
Why? Men are men.
That's a violation.
He was asleep and he utilized the scenery to do his business. He didn't touch him.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Right
Anyway.
Let me see.
Okay? I think the guy should step down. I think there is no question about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No question about it at all. Oh, look.
Yeah, there it is.
Well,
now she's reading the underlined parts.
Yeah. He was helping him out.
Okay, see? Okay.
No, it's not...
yeah.
No, it would never happen, but it wouldn't be right if a woman did it. It's not right if a man did it. That's a violation of
A man ain't going to call the cops on it.
Okay.
Man's not going to call the cops on it.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, you'd have to,
if a school board member believes that's okay, then would a school board member be very lax into allowing other things to happen between kids in a school?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's why he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he should step down.
Yeah.
Is he going to step down?
No.
Oh.
He says it's a misunderstanding. We're going to take the whole thing to trial.
Yeah, he did, you know,
that's
a cultural
shame.
thing. He didn't...
that ain't no cultural thing.
No, he didn't. You know, that's perfectly fine. But, you know,
He's from Atlanta.
I went to summer camp, and there was this creepy guy.
He's a down low brother.
Who kind of tried to corner me in a spot in a camp and said, you know, in my country...
Boy Scouts?
It wasn't Boy Scouts. But, you know, in my country, you know, the men teach the boys how to... You know, I was like, well, we're not in your country, so... Get the hell away. But
right.
Yeah. You know, maybe it's just...
And he said, you know, I got a pocket knife.
So, yeah. You know, he got one look at the crazy eyes and realized it wasn't worth the effort.
I missed that one little underline thing. Mm-hmm. I thought he was...
I give Angelina a complaint, right? Okay? And it's the arrest warrant. And on that whole sheet, there's only one line that's underlined with my pen. And that's the line she doesn't read.
I didn't read that.
Okay? That's the one line that she doesn't read. Yesterday, 2 U.S. Marshals and 1 NYPD detective were shot trying to arrest a man who was a fugitive from California on sex abuse and child pornography charges. The guy had been arrested previously.
Dang, how did they get to shoot all of them
He
people?
was out on bail, okay, from Colorado. He was out on bail, didn't show up at his trial, became a fugitive, all right? They found out that he was in New York. They went yesterday to Greenwich Village. All right.
Of course.
The guy was in a cigar shop, smoke shop. Okay.
And Lucy's.
As police walked in,
and he said, "I heard about you people. I'm gonna get you first."
As police walked in, before they even got a chance to say anything, okay, he shot everybody.
Oh, I see. That's how they got him.
And they were shot, and they continued to return fire. They killed him.
Good.
They dropped him right there.
As they should.
As they should. Will you see pictures of the guy?
But see how, look, you know, the interesting part is, look how quickly we can get information on this. Right?
Right.
The Lucy dude, the guy that was killed by the police, it's still under investigation. How come we can have the whole thing summed up, all done nice, quick, this is it, but that one, since the police are the ones that are investigated, we don't know what happened yet?
Well, because it's going through an internal investigation.
No, because it's bullshit.
Okay. Here's another fine from the SEC. Okay, we're moving on.
SEC. You're just full of that today, aren't you?
Well, full of what?
Go ahead.
This is something we actually reported on this back in 2012. eChap Computer Store.
Yes.
Owned by Reed Keith.
Knew the man well.
Right by Denny's. The trial just got underway yesterday. Okay?
Justice is swift.
Yeah.
Just got underway yesterday. And this is an utter waste of money. The guy is guilty. All the evidence points to the fact that he is guilty. People that were with him are testifying against him. But yet,
now recap the story, because I vaguely remember.
A guy by the name of Timothy Johnson, a 25-year-old guy, resident of the Antelope Valley at the time, decided he needed some money. Okay, he told his girlfriend, "I want to go perform a lick." I guess it's a robbery.
A lick?
Oh, that's the term for it.
I guess so. Okay.
A lick?
Anyway, yeah.
A lick.
All right.
A lick. Slang term for robbery. Okay?
My mind was elsewhere.
So,
either that or you're in the Compton School Board.
So he and his girlfriend, Jania Ingram, got in the car and went to the eChap computer stores on K and 20th West, right? Right next door to the
Because they got a lot of money in the computer store.
That's where they went. He wanted to steal computers and get money.
Okay, got it.
Comes inside, pulls his gun out.
And where is she?
She's in the car.
Getaway car.
Getaway driver. Okay? Tells everybody, get down on the ground, this is a robbery. Everybody
Good
gets
thing
down.
you didn't say get down on the ground, this is a lick. Because they'd have been like, well, what the hell are you licking?
Everybody, that was kind of good. Everybody gets down on the ground except for one, Reed Keith. Okay? Who says this ain't going to happen.
Yeah, he was a tough, no BS kind of guy.
Good for him.
This is not happening right now. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Okay?
And there was his chance to leave.
Having said that, Timothy Johnson fires 4 rounds. Okay?
With all the witnesses there.
With all the witnesses there. Reed Keith hits the ground, okay? And Timothy Johnson says, "You thought I wasn't going to shoot you, didn't you?"
No.
All right? There's another man that's also in the store who is down on the ground. He is told to stay there, give him his wallet at that time, and the guy's name is John Kimmons. Timothy Johnson goes into another area looking for more money. As he does that, John Kimmons runs out of the store, okay, is able to escape, runs into Denny's and calls 911 for help. All right?
There was only 2 people in the store, or other ones there too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think only 2. All right? Timothy Johnson and his girlfriend, Jania Ingram, jump in the car and take off. All right? They take off. Then Timothy Johnson says, I got to get out of the Antelope Valley. So he goes to his old girlfriend's house, whose name is Mercedes Johnson, in Los Angeles. All right? He gets there. He's hanging out with her. Same night, just a few hours later, they're watching the news, and all over 2, 4, and 7.
Stupid.
Everything. This is all on.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. Did I do that?
Yeah. He says to his girlfriend, his old girlfriend that he's with now, I made a mistake. I messed up. I didn't mean to do that. Okay?
And then what she do?
She dropped a dime on him.
Good.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
He was arrested that morning.
Yeah, you going to get out of my house. With your
If convicted, he faces life in prison.
Yeah, as he should.
He entered a plea of not guilty.
Why?
Okay?
Nice.
He's got John Kimmons, who was a witness there, okay? He's got his girlfriend, Jania Ingram, testifying against him.
And where is she at?
Okay? She pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter in connection with the with that, okay? And
so she's all tagged up and done.
She's done, and she's already agreed to testify.
Yeah.
All right.
How much time did she get?
I'm not sure.
He's.
I don't know.
He's very fortunate he didn't pick your IT, because it would have been a different outcome. He was going to rob that computer.
But here's a guy, and he's 100% guilty.
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars going to trial. Okay.
Well, I mean, but that's what it is. But that's what it is, honey.
Utter waste of money.
I get
and this is how slow.
Well, Gabriel's mom is not.
Yeah.
I mean, Gabriel's mom and the boyfriend. I mean, they have time to kill him in jail.
Now, remember Gabriel Fernandez's real dad was in prison at the time that took place?
No, I thought he was in Texas.
No, he was in prison. There were conflicting reports.
Okay.
Just last Friday, his real dad just filed a lawsuit in L.A. Superior Court.
For what?
Against DCFS. Basically,
the same thing that the
a
grandparents
mirror
did.
lawsuit that Robert Fernandez filed.
He should get jacked.
So he just did that as well.
He shouldn't get jacked.
And that's kind of it. And we should reach out to John, Robert's attorney, and get him back on the show.
Yes.
And get a status report on that.
Yeah, we should.
You know? Yeah.
But I just hate for men or parents to come out the woodwork after something horrific has happened to your kid and not be able to answer any questions. Well, where was your kid? I don't know. The mom didn't let me talk to him for a year and a half. I don't know. No, you shouldn't get nothing. Your job was to protect your child from the minute that baby was born. And if you were having problems seeing your child, you should have been the first one in front of the judge saying, hey, you need to help me. I can't see my baby.
I agree.
You're going to be in and out of jail and then have the nerve to try to sue somebody. For what? We should be suing you for the aggravation that you caused the community for not taking care of your child.
Well, his lawsuit, as I said, is kind of a mirror of what Robert did.
Shameful.
But his motivation is different.
Oh, his motivation is money.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's only money.
He could care less.
Yeah.
And what about the other kids? Gabriel probably wasn't the only one that was his.
I don't know about others.
What do you mean? She had others.
I don't. You know what?
She had older ones.
She had other kids. Yeah.
They were there.
In the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. It's a little. See, when you get old,
I keep
things
telling
get
you.
fuzzy.
I keep telling you. You say,
I gotta go see-
I said it. I'm like, see, you ain't saying it.
I'm gonna go see Donald Sterling's doctors.
Doctor?
Yeah. I'm gonna go see. Just the other day, they dropped 760 illegal child immigrants without any notice into the state of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Well, they'll go unnoticed.
They didn't even notify anybody in the state. All right.
Wow.
The only way.
I don't know why they would drop him in Tennessee.
The only way that Governor Bill Halsum, the governor of Tennessee, or anybody in the state knew about it,
you don't look like us,
was because a staff member happened to go to the HHS Health and Human Services website, okay, and buried in there, okay, was a little notice that, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way.
And that little notice, okay, it took me a half an hour on that website to find it. Okay? A half an hour.
You know, that reminds me, there was a post on Letters to the Editor by Raymond Price, and he called for the local officials to stand up and let's get something together to help some of these refugee kids. And so, you know, of course, everybody and their mother has an opinion, and they're just like going at him and just attacking him. And I'm just thinking, if you don't listen, the kids are here. You know, would we have preferred for them not to be here? Sure. Would it have been a better situation for them to stay in their country? Probably not. But at least we wouldn't have known about the issue like we do now. The bottom line is the kids are here, and he's looking out for somebody to help out because they need some kind of help. And you're hearing comments like, you know, you should be a missionary because you can love the unlovable. And I'm like, the unlovable? These are kids. What's unlovable about some kids? You don't even know what they've done, what they're capable of. I mean, he's not saying, oh, all the gang members that came over, let's go give them rehab. He's saying these are kids, they need help. Let's do something. And there's this one guy that's, well, what about these people? And what about these people? And what about these people? He's not disputing the need for any other need for us as Americans to stand up and take care of ourselves. He's not disputing anything else. He's just saying, let's help these kids.
Okay.
Yeah. A shower, an inoculation, a Happy Meal, and a bus ticket.
But what if you knew how bad it was where they came? You have.
Go to Detroit. How's it any worse there?
No, I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's really, really, really far worse in some of these countries.
You know what? If bus loads without any notice whatsoever or invite came up to the Antelope Valley, okay, and dropped these kids off, would I be in favor of taking care of the kids? Yes. Okay. Prior to that, though, am I going to send a letter saying send them over here and we'll do something? No, I'm not going to do that.
Why not, though?
Okay.
Why not?
Go over to DCFS and see why not.
No, it's not about diffusing to other areas that need help, because I think that
we have limited resources. We have limited.
But these kids will be coming with resources because the federal government is going to come with resources, and your mother has the answer to that.
Oh, she sure does.
Send the bill.
Yeah.
And make them pay for it, or do some sanctions to those countries.
A lot of the world's bullion is stored in New York City under the. Why don't we just start whittling away at these
sure, we could do
South American countries?
Whenever we really want something, we seem to come up with some money. I mean, from the littlest places.
Well, why don't we really want them to fix our own house?
I don't know, because I think that we have people like, the person that I was talking about on Facebook that is like, if it's not me or look like me or in my house or, or things that interest only me, then don't do nothing. And we can't be that and expect the human race to prosper and get somewhere. We can't do that. Does DCFS need help? Yes. Yeah. Do we need more child foster parent homes? Yes. Do we need to help the veterans? Yes. All of those things we absolutely need. And we also need people to spearhead the needs to provide for all these different things. But we don't need, if you don't agree with it, it's better just to be quiet. It's better to be quiet because these are still kids.
I understand, and that's why I'm saying, look, if I walked outside and there were 2 bus loads there, okay, I would be 100% in favor of doing whatever we could do collectively as a community to take care of these kids.
But what if we had the resources, Steve? What if we had the resources? You wouldn't want to go get them? You wouldn't want to be part of that example of a town?
If all of our people were taken care of, if we had the resources, sure.
But you know how it is with the resources. They earmark it. Like, we got all this extra money. Like, the government's got money. There's no reason why we should have 900 kids that are not placed. We got the money, but they don't earmark it to be able to take care of those kids. But right now, there is money available for these refugee kids. So if we had 2 big old buildings that we could just put some Habitat cots in.
Okay.
And some blankets. And
moon chairs.
And whatever else. Wouldn't you want to be the community that says, you know what, these are people and these are children that parents had to make the hardest choice in the world. Look at this. These parents made one of the hardest choices that you could ever make as a parent. To give your child to another country to say, please, my babies are going to die here. And look what they are getting from us.
Okay.
And how much of that, though, is that? And how much of it is, once we get Junior over there, then we got a toehold and we can get in there?
I don't understand that lingo. What?
Basically saying if our 5-year-old child is accepted into America and gets to stay there, okay, then is that like my little anchor baby? And then
as
parents, 5 years later, can we all come to?
It's worth throwing my kid over. It's worth throwing my kid over there so that I can get in there. Because they're not going to send him home.
I don't think that you should borrow scenarios that are not in front of us.
Okay,
the reality is that we have a 5-year-old in front of us that needs help.
But the flip side of that is, and I saw somebody just a week or 2 ago that was interviewed at the border, and who did their 7-year-old child came over here to America, okay? And they said, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going. I sent my child over, and I would give my life to make certain that my child had a better life, okay? Because where I'm at, this is not good,
right?
Okay? This is very bad. But, you know, I understand what you're saying, but let's look at this, you know, in steps. At the very beginning, this is a federal issue, shut down the border, okay? The way the government is dealing with it right now is in part very wrong, because you've got situations. This is one example, okay? The governor of Tennessee, Bill Halsam, sends a letter to President Obama, and I have his letter in front of me.
Yeah.
And he tells the president, this is totally unacceptable that I become aware of 760 unaccompanied children released into my state by the Office of Refugee Settlement without any notice. You didn't even tell me, okay? So not only didn't we get any...
But why is he sending that to the president as opposed to the head of whoever sent it?
You know what Obama's reply was to it?
No, what was it?
That was good. That was good. Circular file it goes.
Okay, so...
But why not send it to the person who did it instead of the president? I'm just asking.
They did. They also sent it to the... to Sylvia Burrell, the Secretary of
It's so funny how we just don't hold the people directly responsible. Just hold it to president. You know,
he sent
like
it to
Obama's going. Everybody saying, just send them.
He sent it to President Obama, and because it'll go filter through his cabinet and the whole administration. But
for the media presence.
But here's the thing: they sent these kids, 760 kids last week, to Tennessee. They didn't notify Tennessee at all. Okay, Tennessee. So therefore, Tennessee, as a state, couldn't help these kids. All right?
They weren't prepared to help the kids.
They didn't even know they were there for a week before they found out.
Well, who was taking care of them that week?
Well, that's the interesting thing, okay?
See, now this is where it gets a little, I don't know how you ain't know. Because who was taking care of them for the week?
Okay. The government made arrangements to have all these kids released to sponsors. All right?
Oh, families? Individual families?
Well, define sponsors, because the governor in Tennessee wants a definition on that, okay? Because he was told that if a child is going to be released anywhere in America, okay, anywhere, to a sponsor, the sponsor goes through a background check, okay? The background check is done by the state and on the federal level, okay?
Yes.
And then federal funds filter through the state, which therefore filter to the sponsor, all right?
So is he upset because the money's not going to him, because it's going straight to the parents now, or what?
No, he has a couple of questions. One, how did you locate the sponsors? Who are they? And what background check did you do on these?
So are we to assume? But let's just take it back a bit, because I went through my background checks. Am I to assume that who is this? The governor or the mayor?
The governor.
The governor knows that I did my background check. He ain't looking. A ton of people could have went through the state and got their background checks.
Hang on just a second.
I mean, I'm just saying. Isn't that true?
Yeah, but this is a different thing. This is for immigration, okay? It's a different
just a
thing.
background check. It's the same as foster parenting. You got to go through, what is it called? Life scan.
I understand, okay? I understand. But this is a prerequisite if you're going to be a sponsor and sponsor these kids, okay? The governor also wanted to know, if you brought the kids over, did you also provide us with medical information telling us that you checked the kids, they've been medically evaluated, they've been treated for whatever? Do we know anything about that?
Well, if they were treating them like foster parents, then yes, they have to go to the doctor within 72 hours.
In the state of Tennessee, like California, okay, every child in Tennessee has to go to school. We have school starting in a couple of weeks. Am I to assume that we now have 760 new kids?
Yes, you are to assume it.
Going to school?
Yes.
Okay? Let me know about that, okay? Can you tell me where the kids are in the state?
Why?
In what city?
Why?
How do we help them?
You don't, because they've been sponsored.
Who's paying for that?
The federal government.
Well, the money is supposed to go to the state and then be filtered down.
Why do you need to have it before they get it?
Well, just a minute. These kids are here illegally. They're supposed to have a 30-day round trip. Okay, if they're going to
kids, not the refugees.
If they're going to stay, then they, as well as their sponsors, all have a court date in 30 days.
Okay.
Okay.
That again could all be happening. I mean, you know what? When you said 750 kids were dropped there, I was thinking in a bus and in front of a building. But it seems that whoever sent these kids made arrangements because all those kids were placed.
What arrangements were made? That's what the governor says.
Well, arrangements with families. We keep saying a mother or a father or a woman.
No, the mother and father are still on the other side.
No, a mother or a father or a woman or a man. That's the sponsor.
Okay.
They place those kids like foster parenting. They place the kids like foster kids.
Okay, so the government sent President Obama a letter, and in that he had 8 questions. One of the questions was, what was the process for determining that these children should be released to the sponsors in Tennessee? Okay? That's not a bad question. What is the official immigration status of these children and their sponsors? He wants to know.
It's so funny how one side we're like, too much government, too much government. Now he wants more government because we want to know. He wants more government. He does. What difference does it make? They're not homeless on the streets. They've been placed in homes. The federal government has screened them and deemed them appropriate.
The federal government has decided to take matters into their own hands, and what they're going to do is without knowledge of any citizen in America or the state, they're going to do whatever they want to do, and guess what?
And that's what
in every single state, here's 1,000 for you, 1,000, and we didn't even tell you.
Yeah, and that's what
that's
they've been
not
doing.
Right.
But they've been doing it since the beginning of time. The feds do what they want to do.
Okay. What I'm saying is, this is not right.
I mean, I think that it would not be right if the kids were in a bus in front of a building, in front of City Hall. That would be not right. But they found placement for these kids.
Now we don't even know, okay? Because if this, and the only way, we don't know how many kids are in what state now.
No, you don't.
Because the government's not even telling us.
Yeah,
Okay? Only by happenstance last week did Tennessee find out.
Because somebody dug in good. Yeah, I get it.
Only because some intern happened to be searching around Health and Human Services website. Otherwise, they wouldn't have known. So are we to assume, you know what? They're in L.A., they're in Virginia, they're in Florida, they're everywhere.
They very well.
That's how we're getting all that done. I think that's totally wrong.
How do you think it should go?
What?
How do you think it should go?
There should be a standard process for evaluating the kids.
There is a standard process.
What is it?
The state just didn't know about it.
They should roll trailers up there, put federal judges right there on the spot, make the determination. Don't give them something and say, come back in 2 years and never see them again.
I'm not saying that I'm against the 760 kids, unaccompanied children, okay? I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm not saying I'm against it if it comes to California.
I think
but let's have an open, transparent process so we know what we're dealing with.
I get that. And in a perfect situation, it would be best to do that. But we have people like the guy that I was talking about on Facebook that gets in the way of people that would like to open up their homes and do something nice for somebody. So if the feds went to the Antelope Valley and said, you know, we want to find out. First, we'll go to the mayors and say, "Hey, mayor, we want to solicit 100 families. Is this okay?" Then we're going to get those people from Facebook up in arms. Then they're going to want to know what houses are these kids in, so they know which house to be assholes to. Then they want to know what schools they're going to, so they can pull their kids from that school.
You know what?
It's a trickle down. It's a catch-22 on both ends.
I'm quite certain that the communities in the Antelope Valley, if we
you should have seen the comments that you've seen that I saw yesterday.
If we were approached and they said, you know what, we need you to accept 100 children up there. I can't tell you permanently, temporarily, whatever it is, but here's our problem right now. Do your part. Everybody is all across America. I'm quite certain that we could find a location, put beds in it.
But you could also find, what they're trying not to do is have a whole lot of people be in front of some location protesting little 5-year-olds.
Okay, everybody understands that these are merely children, okay?
Yeah.
And you can't treat them like adults.
But look at what happened. Look at what has happened on places that they thought kids were being rolled up. Adults were going out there in droves protesting on busloads of children. Adults.
In Murrieta, those were moms, dads, and kids.
Well, they brought their kids. Come on.
Okay.
They brought their kids because they're teaching their kids to be hateful.
No, I'm talking about on the bus.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, on the bus.
Well, I mean, if you know that there's one kid, why would you want to be the adult that would scare the crap out of that one kid on the bus?
Look, people, you know what? There are a lot of hot button issues in America. This is one that people feel you are either on the right or on the left.
Right.
Okay?
Well, I'm just saying this is probably why they do it this way. Because of Marietta. Because of that one guy that was up for election that was an idiot and taking pictures of the dang YMCA bus saying it's a busload of immigrant, non-documented children.
That was
with
a guy
cell
in Mexico.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah. He was an
idiot.
official.
He was running.
He was running.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was a dummy.
So there's leeway and there's an argument for both sides. I think in a perfect world, tell the community. But the community has to act like people and not
I think the community would. You're talking about children.
I understand, but there is an element in our community based on the 96 comments that I saw on letters to the editor that would be in front of those busts of little kids losing their mind.
Okay, but here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Say you've got 100 kids that come to the Antelope Valley, okay? And the federal government's going to put money up, and they're going to get all these kids sponsored, okay? And these kids are going to be taken care of financially, all right? And the sponsors are going to receive money to take care of them. But at the same time, you've got, while this is going on, you've got 12,000 kids, okay, that are in L.A. County with DCFS that haven't been placed, okay? And these 100 kids that come to the Antelope Valley go to the front of the line.
It's not the front of the line. It's two different lines. Don't say that.
Well,
it's
just
not
a
the
minute.
front of the line.
But hold on.
It's a totally different line.
Okay, so
these kids are not part of DCFS.
I understand.
So don't say the front of the line. These would be completely because you know what? We have people that don't want to open their houses up to foster parents because they believe that these are bad children.
But these 100 kids, hypothetically, that would come to the Antelope Valley, okay, everyone says this is a humanity issue.
Right, and that's why they were
so are the 12,000 kids.
Oh, absolutely, Steve, absolutely. I was trying to make that point.
Right.
What I'm saying is that we've got lunatic parents or lunatic people that believe if your child is part of the system, DCFS, your child is broken. We don't want those. But these 100 that came over, these are poor babies. They're not broken. Let me open up my house for that. They'll be quicker to open up their house for those kids than they will for these kids.
Good point.
Because of the effect and the abuse. And they don't want to open their house up. They don't know, oh my God, the kid was sexually abused. They don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Hey, good
so
point.
we're just a bunch of freaks.
Some of us.
Well, collectively, we all got a little freak in us.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's it. You know what? That's enough about the immigration thing. I don't think it's right that the federal government is now taking these kids.
But can you understand why they're doing it? On one hand,
they have an argument that's kind of compelling.
Marietta is an example as to why they're doing it that way.
I understand. But at the same time, you know what? If every city in every state opened up their arms, it would just be worse.
No, I think it would be better.
No, then we just open the floodgates.
Yeah.
Okay?
No.
Everything that we do here ripples through.
Yeah, I get you. It has to be done with the closing of the borders. Good Lord. Let's not complicate our stupidity with more stupidity.
I know.
If we could open it up, put those kids in together with the DCF kids, and say every state has to have an obligation to do some humanitarian effort towards kids. You'll get an extra tax break. You get, whatever it is, we're going to help you. Create a situation where it benefits people because people won't do nothing for nothing. But create a situation where the people are really benefited by it. A tax break, free child care for the kids that you bring in, tutoring, whatever it is. Create an idea situation. Add those immigrant kids with the kids from DCFS and start passing them out so that they're not in buildings. Because the bottom line is that these are children, regardless of what country they're from, ours included, that don't have someone to love them. They have no idea what love is, and they're going to be our future. So we're screwed if we don't take care of these little monsters now.
Monsters?
Well, I just, in every sense of love, I say.
Okay.
Isn't that a good? Just put them all in the same bunch. Divvy them up and start passing them out, man.
That was good. We're out of time.
Yes.
Yeah, we're out of time. Tomorrow, well, Jeff and I are going to cover a press conference today, and it's what we had Isaac Barcelona on yesterday. People are in from South Korea, which will now be the city of Palmdale's sister city. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about this last night. You know what? This is a cool concept, okay? Regardless of whether it's South Korea or anything, I think we should have more, teaming relationships.
Right.
Okay? I don't care if it's Florida, North Dakota. You know what? Yeah.
Not Florida.
No.
No.
Okay. Because of their stand your ground law?
They're twisted. Go ahead. Teaming relationship with other states.
Yeah. I think we could help the economy.
Well,
because we have things that other states don't have. Other states have things that we don't have. Mm-hmm. We could do a lot of things.
Countries too, okay. but we stereotype. We go for. Okay, you guys are not gonna want me to say it. So
no, don't say it. We're out of time. Okay, we're done. Thanks for making us the number one talk
Not that
show.
We don't stereotype Florida, but okay.
In the Antelope Valley.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Have a really great day.
Tell me when the mics are off so I can say what I want to say.